loved ones, and welcome to our midweek connection. It is an honor, as I always say, to journey with you further and further, deeper and deeper into higher consciousness and full awareness of who we truly are. What a blessing it is to journey together. What a blessing it has been already this week with our meditations. What a powerful Sunday we had, Easter Sunday, celebrating resurrection, new life, new beginnings, spring, and all of those beautiful things that come along with that. Reminding ourselves that even when we feel like a relationship has died, a career has died, a dream of ours has died, that there is the potential, always the potential for new life. And we can hold on to that hope that the new life giver dwells within us, is operating in cooperation with us, and that we can be in lockstep with that divinity along the way and continue to grow and to glow and to flow with that pure presence, allowing ourselves to live fully in our development and fully developed as our divine beings, the divine beings that we are called to be. There are a lot of storms in the area today, and so if you hear a little bit of thunder and lightning and those kinds of things, that may be what's going on. We have quite a bit of storm going on. I guess some kind of a front is moving through. And speaking of storms, y'all, Mercury in retrograde, right here moving up to this solar eclipse. It's very powerful. Ooh, the universe is doing some interesting things. The planet is doing some interesting things. This galaxy, some interesting things. And we're just along for the ride. And speaking of being along for the ride, I wanted to, before I get into this evening's chat, as we really continue in our series that we decided to title several weeks back, Living Wide Awake. Before we get into that series, Living Wide Awake, I wanted to share with you quickly what transpired for me the last couple of days. I had a family member that really needed me to be present, and so following service on Sunday, after we had finished our celebration of 100 years at First Unity Spiritual Campus with a beautiful, gorgeous lunch. It was a fantastic menu, people celebrating, laughing, talking together, spending time together, a beautiful sound of fellowship. I finished that portion up, and then I went home and packed and started to head out on the road. And so I went up 75 north out of the Tampa area, because we live south of Tampa, but I started heading up north of Tampa, and I got up to about Ocala, and something felt weird with my car, so I pulled the car over to the side, and I got out, and the back right tire, passenger side tire, was nearly flat, and within just a few moments it was completely flat. So I was like, oh great, it's just what I need. And I wasn't even thinking about the fact that it was Easter, and it was about 6 o'clock in the evening on Sunday anyway. So as I started to reach out for places that may be open, it became very clear that nothing was going to be open until the following day. So I was on the horn with Carrie, and we were talking through that, and ultimately decided to book a room in Ocala and stay there Sunday night, because I was about 160 miles from home. And it just didn't make sense for her to come and pick me up, especially since my trip, I was planning on heading further north the next day anyway. So anyway, get the room. Roadside assistance comes and picks me up, and they drop the car off at a Volvo dealership, because it's a Volvo. Drop it off at the dealership, and I go and stay in the hotel. Met some wonderful people along the way. That's the point of this story, is that in the last 48 hours, a little more than 48 hours now, in the last 72 hours, my car has been towed 3 times. And out of those 3 times, in every single situation, I met beautiful, wonderful people. I met 2 Ricks, I met a Ray, I met an Anisha, I met a LaQuinda, I met another couple that they never did give me their name, but it was an interaction in an elevator. I met a Caleb, and all of these people that I met were beautiful angels sent my way. I cannot tell you how wonderfully I was treated, that in the midst of all of this situation, where there was a tire issue, and then after I got my tire fixed on Monday, I headed out toward north again, 75 north out of Ocala, and about 110 miles north of that, I ended up in Valdosta. And in Valdosta, I stopped to get gas. When I came out to the car and started the car up, the emergency brake, the parking brake wouldn't release. And one of the technicians apparently had not plugged the plug back in, but I didn't know that because I don't know how to fix a car. So once again, it had to be towed and I had to stay overnight in Valdosta. So I stayed overnight in Ocala, stayed overnight in Valdosta, two cities that I never planned on staying overnight in. Met some wonderful people, had beautiful interactions, and it reminded me in the midst of all of this that was going on that was completely unplanned, and in most cases in years gone by I'd been flipping out, and in this situation thankfully I had no need to flip out. I actually felt such peace, and I had moments that were intense, and my body and my mind were very intensely frustrated at moments and tired and exhausted and all of those things. But the beautiful interactions were just so worth it. My friends, let me tell you something. This world is full of wonderful people. And if we live in that space where we're able to see it, it's so much nicer than getting caught up so deeply in what's not going right that we miss those beautiful opportunities. So I just wanted to encourage you. I don't mean that I dealt with it perfectly. I had moments where it was intense and you could feel the intensity, but then was able to quickly, because of these principles that we live by, quickly bring myself back into the headspace that everything's going to be all right. And notice, John, be aware of the present moment and the people who are present with you, and they truly were gifts. So many details to that, but I won't exhaust you with all of those details. But I will say that I'd like for us on that, and with that in mind, before we go into these points I'd like to make this evening, I invite you now, if you will, to prepare to receive a deep breath in. And exhale. And how about one more time? Deep breath in. I bring my heart into a place of complete gratitude and openness. And my heart invites my mind into that same openness and gratitude. I am fully aware that nothing can separate me from God. That divine essence is with me, for me, and as me. And so I speak to every cell in my body, and I speak gratitude to every cell, thanksgiving to every cell, and I invite every cell into a higher level of consciousness. I invite every cell in the body to become aware of your divine origin. And I'm so open, my heart is so open, my mind is even open to all of the beauty and all of the things to be grateful for, the people to be grateful for all around me. I say thank you. Thank you for these last few days. Thank you for anything that is a perceived interruption and thinking that that is a negative. It's not negative. Interruptions are perfect, and we welcome them all. As we move throughout this time together, I know that we're going to be inspired. I know that the presence of God is already here. We're never in absence of it. It's never in absence of us. We are irrevocably and eternally connected to the divine source, and from that space, we live, and we move, and we have our being in the presence of God, where there's nothing missing and nothing broken. We know that every need is being supplied. Those who are watching right now who have needs in their life, relationally, health-wise, job-wise, we speak to those situations, and we know that they're all working together for your good. We call it done right here and right now in this present moment. We know that the angels of God go before us to make the pathway straight, to open up the doors that need to be opened, that nothing shall be impossible to us who are believers. We believe, and therefore we receive, and we perceive it as being something that's already done right here, right now. So Spirit of Truth, take from me what I don't need, bring to me what I do need. I am surrendered, mind, soul, and body. For it is in the name and the nature of the indwelling Christ I pray. Amen and amen. And more than that, I'm in. I'm in. Family, welcome in, welcome in. we've been going through some points, and I've been pointing things out, and all of you that know me know that I've said to you before that I believe meditation, contemplation, affirmation, life visioning, these are powerful tools that we use to, some of the tools are used to excavate the soil of our inner being. Some of them are used to build and construct parts of our inner being. And I wanted to share with you some powerful affirmations that I use on a regular basis. And these affirmations have become so much a part of my life that I'll say them just off the cuff. Something will come and I'll say them. One of my favorites is, it's all love. Most of you who know me know that you're going to hear that from me probably at least once a day. It's all love. It's all love, because for me it is all one love. And ultimately everything that exists emanates and is a manifestation of that one love source, that source presence that is working always, creating always germinating and always creating. And that's how the world comes to be. That's how we exist, is because love exists. And we are emanations of that love. So I want to look at these 3 powerful affirmations for daily use and ask you to consider them. Number 1 is this: everything is working out perfectly. Folks, I had to use this one over the last 2.5 to 3 days. I'm using this currently for our real estate situation for First Unity Spiritual Campus. I'm using this for my own perfect life. Everything is working out perfectly. I may not be able to see the timetable. I may not be able to see clearly, because sometimes I have to wait for the mud to settle so that I can see clearly through the water. Sometimes I have to wait for the defrost to work so that I can see through the windshield. You get what I'm saying with the picturing of that. Sometimes you have to wait till the storm is over to see what the storm came to clear. And sometimes it's not all that clear. You still have to look around to see what the storm actually came to clear. Storms are not in our life to destroy us. Please hear me. Storms are not in our life to destroy us. Storms, I believe, often are in our life just to clear the pathway, to clear the air, if nothing else. Even when the lightning strikes, it's the electrical activity that's actually purifying the air, and it's very necessary. I like saying that everything is going to work out perfectly, and so I wrote this down. This statement holds immense power in providing me with a sense of calm and reassurance during times when I feel overwhelmed, I feel anxious, I feel scared and fearful about the unknown, or frustrated by the pace at which things are progressing. Sometimes it's not even the situation. I just wish it would happen now. Come on, can we just get quick about it, God? As someone who used to have a highly impatient and entrepreneurial driven mindset, it was not uncommon for me to feel a sense of unease as things did not unfold quickly enough for me. I was an impatient individual. I've learned to live in the stillness and in peace, but I still at times have those parts of me that become a little impatient. Because again, it's not as much about the situation, but how quickly can we get this done? So that's sort of the feeling that I've felt at times. My body has felt this, my mind has felt this in this transition process for First Unity Spiritual Campus and our current real estate situation, is how long is it going to take for this to work out? I had a wonderful friend call me on Saturday and said, look, I just wanted to tell you that I believe Spirit told me to tell you that everything is going to work out exactly as it should, but it may happen in the 11th hour, and to be patient and to hold what you got and keep going. So when I am someone who's feeling a sense of unease, I remember that unease can ultimately lead to dis-ease. So when I'm feeling unease or not at ease, before I get to dis-ease, which is completely disconnected from your ease, I decide to turn myself back toward ease with these words: everything is working out perfectly. In fact, somebody say this right now: everything is working out perfectly. Now, some people will say, again, that that's just semantics. You're just trying to talk yourself down. What's so bad about that? I say it's systems, and that this system actually works. As Reverend Ike used to say, you can't lose with the stuff I use. But even if it is just talking yourself down, at least that doesn't take years off of your life like stress does. So either way, if you don't believe this is a spiritual principle, at least for this very reason, think of it in terms of mental health, self-care. To say to yourself, hey, everything is going to work out perfectly. This statement serves as a grounding force. This statement, this affirmation, serves as a grounding force to guide me back to a place of stillness and a place of peace And it reminds me, trust the process. Even if the path ahead seems unclear, foggy, dark, and absolutely uncertain, remind yourself to trust the process. I've used this example ad nauseum, I know this, but the caterpillar, if it does not allow itself to trust the process, it can abort the mission and possibly never get its wings. And its full potential is to be a flying being, not a crawling being. Your full potential is to be a flying being, not a crawling being. So be mindful to use this mantra in its power that it has. It's a very powerful and it's immensely powerful statement. Everything is working out perfectly. In fact, if you will type it in the comments, everything is working out perfectly. Everything is working out perfectly. And number 2, these are some that I use. This is some practical stuff. I am fit. I am strong. I am healthy. I am fit. I am strong. I am healthy. There was a time in my life when I was less healthy. We'll just put it that way. There's a time in my life where I had gotten up to almost 300 pounds in weight. And I was already experiencing joint pain and already experiencing issues with my back and experiencing issues with my whole being and aches and pains. And I was only about 24 years old. And I had reached that stage of almost 300 pounds. And I needed to make a decision. And that decision happened through me talking to my own self. My inner talk had to become, hey man, you got to turn this around. And to this day, I use this mantra, I am fit, strong, and healthy. And I use that as an example to say this particular mantra is really almost like a secret weapon. And I reserve its use for my workouts and my fitness goals. I reserve that use. I'll be in the middle of a workout, and if I find myself in the midst of a challenging workout, grueling at the gym in a session, or any physical activity that's pushing my limits, I rely on this powerful phrase to keep me going. It's better than Gatorade, and it's better for you. This is a powerful mantra. I am fit, I am strong, I am healthy. Yes, even when you're going through a physical challenge, a health challenge, continue that mantra in your mind. I am fit, I am strong, I am healthy. So that you are building up yourself on your most holy faith. Despite my strong aversion sometimes to working out. Because there's times where I'm like, I don't want to work out today. Despite that, I remind myself to repeat these words on a continuous loop. Despite the times that I feel like it's not, it's like, oh, yeah, I've already worked out. I worked out fine. I'll do okay. Talk myself out of it. I talk myself back into it. I'm fit. I'm strong. I'm healthy. Let's go do this. Let's go make this happen. And I put that on a continuous loop in my mind. To me, it serves as a shield, really, against all of the negative thoughts that threaten to derail my personal progress. I have a goal in mind. Right now, I am setting a stage for a new goal physically for me. And as I set out on that, I know that there's going to be times that these negative thoughts may try to come in and derail my progress. Thoughts that urge me to give up. Thoughts that may tell me to throw in the towel, for lack of better terminologies. That may tell me to accept the defeat or tell me to stay in the mediocre place that I'm in. Instead of working with me, sometimes the mind doesn't always cooperate with what it is that you really want. And so teaching yourself through these mantras, everything is going to work out perfectly, and I am fit, strong, and healthy is really important. Time after time, I've actually surprised myself reaching the finish line for my workout that once felt impossible at the beginning of the workout, all because I held on to this mantra and I decided to have an unwavering determination. Instead of being driven by the thoughts and the feelings and the emotions, I drove them myself. It's become a driving force behind my perseverance, and it is the key. You having this strength over your own mind and your own thoughts, your own psyche, is the key to unlocking your full potential, especially in the realm of physical and mental fitness. Mental fitness, same thing. I am fit, strong, and healthy. When you're feeling a sense of anxiety about what's going on in the world, I am fit, I am strong, I am healthy. Number 3, keep reminding yourself of this, okay? First of all, remember, go back to number 1, everything is working perfect. I believe that everything is working out perfect. Number 2, I am fit, I am strong, I am healthy. Number 3, I am on the right path. Now, sometimes you have to really work on reminding yourself of this. I am on the right path. Folks, I have been on this path away from dogmatic, small view of God toward a bigger and a better version and vision of God for years now. And every once in a while, I need to remind myself, I am on the right path. In fact, I'll invite you very audaciously this evening to join the ranks of those who have found empowerment through this statement, who have found empowerment through saying these simple words, I'm on the right path, to unlock the potential within them to follow their dreams and to learn how to be true to their true self, to stay true to their essential self. Join the ranks of those who have found this as a focused power. And why don't you embrace the power of this tool to push aside your doubts, to push aside the negative thoughts, to get rid of the thoughts and the doubts that are attempting to derail your progress and to take you off track and to keep you from your greater good. Remind yourself, I am on the right path. I am being led by God. I am being guided by God. The wisdom of the ages and the sages dwells within me and is my guiding light. And I am declaring that I'm on the right path by embodying this mantra. By embodying this particular affirmation, you can refocus your energy and your determination toward your goals, enabling you to pursue your dreams with unwavering confidence, but not just confidence, conviction. Not just confidence, but conviction. Allow yourself to move through this affirmation to refocus yourself. Remember, where your focus goes, your energy flows. And when you refocus, your energy is going to be with you and it's going to go in the direction of what it is you're focusing on. Let this be your guiding light in moments of uncertainty. A lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. A lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. Let this be your guiding light in moments of uncertainty, leading you right back to your path, motivating you to never give up on your inspiration and your aspiration. You may give up on information, but don't give up on aspirations and inspiration. Remember, to be inspired is to be in God. Don't give up on your inspiration, because inspiration is a key component to a life of creativity and a life of powerful manifestations. Embrace this empowering message and watch as it propels you towards a life of fulfillment, joy, and of course success, prosperity, abundance, health, wealth, and well-being. All of those things are wrapped up in these 3 powerful affirmations. So number 1, everything is working out perfectly. I may not be able to see it. I may not be able to put my eyes on it, but I trust the one that is within me who can see beyond this particular circumstance. Everything is working out perfectly. Number 2, I am fit, strong, and healthy. I am fit, strong, and healthy physically and mentally, physically and emotionally, and spiritually. I am fit. I am strong. I am healthy. And then number 3, I am on the right path. I know I'm walking the road I'm supposed to be walking. And I'm allowing myself to embrace this tool and fully make use of this tool to push aside the doubts, push aside the negative thoughts, because those doubts and thoughts are doing their best to derail me and keep me from meeting with my destination. What you are looking for is also looking for you. What you're headed towards is headed toward you. And so it is. And these are the powerful daily affirmations that I believe you should consider adopting. That it becomes your answer. In uncertain situations, I know I'm on the right path. In situations where you feel weak, I am fit, I am strong, I am healthy. And in situations where you can't see clearly how this is ever going to work out, repeat this in yourself. Everything is working out perfectly. In fact, I declare it aloud. Everything is working out perfectly. I may not be able to see it. There's an old song that says, when you can't see God's hand, trust his heart. And I would say, when you can't see God's hand at work, trust her heart. Mother, Father, God are working it out for your good. Know this. Live in this awareness. Live your life in this power. Live in this. If you don't even see it as powerful, at least see it as peaceful. At least see the stillness in it, the patience, the beauty, and the way to live at ease. You can live diseased or you can live at ease, and that is always our own choice. Well, this has been Living Wide Awake, and I'm honored again, as I say regularly to you, that I am honored to journey along with you, and I'm excited about what we are doing as a community. I'm excited about One Love Consciousness Movement and First Unity Spiritual Campus and the great work we're doing in the world. I really firmly believe that the world is being affected for the good by what we're doing as a community. And I encourage you to continue giving financially, giving emotionally, and keep pushing on. Baby, keep on keeping on. Saying to yourself, once again, everything is working out perfectly. I am fit, strong, and healthy. And I am on the right path. I declare this. I believe it to be true. And so it is. Well, folks, I'm going to get up out of here now. I hear that music is getting started. And I'm going to move up out of here now and invite you to consider giving the offering tonight. And I want to say thank you for that as we are on our goal toward raising $10,000. And I appreciate you so much. Now go and make it a great evening because you can.